What's up, guys？ 我今天要跟你们讲怎么做我上一个影片的动作。每一个动作都是 isometric 的动作，所以你做的时候，你可能会觉得很无聊，但是你还是要继续努力做。如果你真的没有办法做到60秒，你可以休息一下下，但是你还是要做满60秒。做完60秒，要马上开始做15下。做完的时候，你可以休息大概1到2分钟的时间，然后开始做下一组。每一个动作要做一共3组。那接下来我们一起看影片。
Alright guys, so the first move that we're going to do is the tiptoe squat hold. As you can see, I'm already kind of in that position, but I'm going to go over a few key points to clarify what exactly you need to do in order to do this movement properly. So, number 1, you want to make sure that you are not flat-footed. You want to be up on the balls of your feet with your heels elevated from the ground. Okay? Next thing you want to do is you're going to want to make sure you are squeezing your calves. So this whole point of this exercise is to help develop our calf muscles. But if you're not focusing and squeezing on them, it's going to be hard to develop. Next thing you want to do is stay balanced. This is important. In order to help you stay balanced, you want to put your elbows to your knees. And then I'm going to hold this position right here for 60 seconds. Remember to squeeze the calves as well as stay in the balls of your feet. After 60 seconds, you're going to go immediately into the 15 rep pump. So what this is I'm going to go up and down slightly for 15 repetitions. Now I don't want to let my heels touch the ground and then come all the way up and then go back down. No, I'm only going to move about 3 to 5 inches, which is about that far. So I'll demonstrate a few reps for you here. So watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice that the entire time, my heel is only traveling about 3 to 5 inches. And after you've been holding this for 60 seconds, I guarantee you'll feel a real nice burn in your calves right here. The second move that we're going to do is the lunge hold. Now, the lunge hold is very similar to a regular lunge. However, there's one variation. You're going to take a plate about 1 to 2 inches thick, and then you're going to place it on the ground, and then you're going to rest your front foot on the plate. Now, the whole purpose for putting the plate on the ground is so that way we can elevate our front foot, and then we can get deeper into the lunge. Because normally if you don't have the plate, you can't get as deep into the lunge. And the whole point is we want to help open up our hips, which will help improve our overall jumping ability. There are 3 things you want to keep in mind when you're doing this movement. The first thing is that you want to make sure your foot is not flat. You don't have your foot flat, you want to have it elevated slightly, and so it's going to be on the balls of your feet. The second thing is you want to keep your back leg as straight as possible. What you want to avoid is this. You don't want to go like this. Okay, no 90-degree bend in the back leg. Hold it back, keep it as straight as possible. Again, you're going to hold it for 60 seconds. But the last thing, and this is the most important thing to remember, is you must squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your glutes. So that way your hips are pointed forward. If you don't, what will tend to happen, as you hold it for 60 seconds, you'll start to sag. And as you can see, my body's turning, and all of a sudden I'm still holding it, but now my body's facing this way. Whereas my body should really be facing forward. Once you've held it for 60 seconds, you're going to go right back into a 15 repetition pump. So holding this position, glutes activated, balls of the feet on the plate, back leg mostly straight. I'm going to go up and down about 3 to 5 inches for 15 repetitions. Once I finish the 15 repetitions, I will immediately switch and go right into the other leg. Now, when you do this, especially the first time, it's going to be extremely tiring. So if you need to take a rest, that's okay. But the important thing to remember is that you keep the timer going. You want to try to avoid stopping right before you do the pump. So let's say We had about 50 seconds and you can't do it. Stop there. Don't try to make it 60 seconds and then stop for like 30 seconds and then do the pump. The whole point of the pump is you want to do it while your muscles are extremely exhausted, okay? The third exercise that we're going to do is the Bulgarian lunge hold. Now, this movement is very similar to the lunge that we just did, the lunge hold, but now we're going to place our back foot onto an elevated platform. Now, the same three things apply when you do this movement that apply when you did the lunge. So, same thing, you want to keep the balls of your feet on the plate, you want to have your heel lifted up. Then, second thing, you want to have your back leg as straight as possible. And then you want to have your hips moving forward. And then adding one more thing, you want to lean into it like this. Put all the weight on your front foot while remembering to squeeze your glutes. Now you'll notice I have my toes on the box. Typically when you do a Bulgarian split squat, you're going to have the top of your foot on like this. The reason why I do it like this is because I'm leaning my body forward and this is an isometric movement. I'm not moving up and down all the way through the range of motion like you typically see in a Bulgarian split squat. Rather, I'm simply holding this movement as an isometric movement. But as usual, after 60 seconds, I'm then going to go up and down in a slight pump, like so. I'm not going to go all the way down and all the way up, only slightly. Again, about 3 to 5 inches. Once you're done, then we move on to the fourth and final exercise. This exercise is called the straight-legged deadlift hold. I'm going to show you 5 key points you want to remember when you are performing this exercise. First of all, you want to start with a narrow stance. Next, you're going to place your hands. Your hands you want to place about shoulder width apart. So you're going to basically do a setup for a conventional deadlift. Grip the bar, and then you're going to pull up. Now when you pull up, for those of you who don't do deadlifts normally, you want to make sure you pull with your legs. You don't want to pull with your back rounded like this. It's a good way to break your back. Okay? So, have your hands here, pull up, keep your back straight, and then you're going to hold this position here. Now the first 2 points were your hands and your feet. Next, you're going to want to make sure that your butt is pushed back, your legs are straight, and then lastly, you want to have a flat back like this. Don't want to have a rounded back and hold it like this. Pull the shoulders back and hold it. Now, when you first do this, it might be a little difficult. And so I would suggest just starting with the bar. Probably don't want to add too much weight. I have on here about 20 kilos. You don't want to go too heavy, remember, because we have to hold this for 60 seconds. After you hold it for 60 seconds, you're going to go into a pump. Now, you don't want to extend all the way up. You only want to go a little bit. So you're in this position. You're going to go up slightly, down, up, down, up, down, up. Remembering to keep my legs straight. I don't want to bend my knees. Keep my legs straight, down, up, for 15 times. Place it down, and then rest. Then do your 2 more sets, and then we're all done.
谢谢大家看我的影片。如果你有什么问题，请你在下面留言。最后，请你们记得 like and subscribe 我的 channel。